Special City Council meeting to order, May 2nd, 4 p.m. Roll call.
David Paradise.
Nicole Andrioff.
Herbie Moyna.
Tom Marzluck.
Sam Solars.
Jessica Boniwell.
Jared Vogie.
Steve Griffith. Michael Sommerfeld.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Mr. Solars.
Aye.
Mr. Marzlick.
Aye.
I'll vote yes. Ms. Andrioff.
Yes.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Business, Northridge 6th Edition Development Final Plat.
Mayor and Council, this is coming before you tonight for a final decision on the final plat for Northridge 6th, a 27-lot single-family residential project in the R1 zoning district. We have both the planner and engineer here this evening if you have any questions regarding the final plat. And if you do decide to approve it, there's a resolution 2022-22 to approve the developer agreement, the plat, and
When would they start on this? Is there a general time frame or?
Well, I can try to answer that. I'm Todd McLeod with Loucks, the developer's engineer. I assume road restrictions are still on probably till next week. I thought I heard.
the 13th.
Yeah, I think it's the 13th. They looked
Yeah,
up.
so it could be within a couple weeks after that, possibly get started on grading.
So you guys are looking at starting pretty much whenever you can to try to get it going, right? Before that starts, and I don't know if it's necessarily a question for you, but maybe Jared, but are we going to notify the residents on those roads too, just to make sure that they're aware right before they start that there's going to be extra equipment going up and down those roads?
We certainly can.
I think it'd be good, and just in the kind of the name of transparency, just to let them know that there's just going to be the extra. I mean, they already expect it, but just so they don't get caught off guard.
We can do that.
Are there any other questions on the Northridge 6th Edition?
I guess my only other question would be about, obviously, the amount of trees that are being removed. How do we want to approach that going forward? Because
I think it's only 2 trees per lot that's being replanted.
yeah, but it was like, how many trees?
They're removing quite a few trees, right, Steve?
Right.
I think you said their replacement is like 700.
700 trees, basically,
Something like that.
according to the replacement formula in
Yeah.
the ordinance.
Well, we have a lot of places in the city we can plant trees, that's for sure.
Yep. I just want to make sure that's addressed before we,
Yeah.
because that is a lot of trees.
How long do you think the whole total build out will be
For the homes,
for the homes? Yeah.
oh, I'm not, I don't know, a year, 2?
Oh, a year? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if we're waiting for a motion, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve Resolution 2822, approving a preliminary and final plat for 27-lot single-family residential project in our R1 zoning district.
I will second.
Further discussion?
Just wanted to point out that the tree planting requirement is included in the developer agreement, so.
Yeah, on page 5 and 6.
Yep, page 5 and 6.
708 trees, it says.
Yeah.
But we'll give them a list of where else they can put. Obviously, they can't
Yeah, we
put
have plenty of-
708 trees back on those houses.
No, but we have plenty of spaces and parks that tree.
Unless they're building tree houses, I guess, but, you know.
I don't think so.
Further discussion? Mr. Paradise,
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff,
Aye.
Mr. Solars,
Aye.
Mr. Marslick.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. Demolition quote for 101 Center Avenue North.
So Dan, the Public Works Director, has been working with Lord Carlson regarding doing demolition to 101 Center Avenue North. He already did take the garage down for the property, and this bid is to take the house and everything. The only thing is that when he's done, it'll be a pit. Danny said that we have some fills that we can put in there, yep, and we want to get it done before they start doing like curb and stuff over there, so that we can not destroy the sidewalks right away.
Yeah.
So it's $8,000 for the removal and disposal of the entire house.
So that person never got back about just wanting to take the house, huh?
Nope, he never got back to Danny. Well, and he said that if he was gonna take it, he would want to like stage it, store it in town somewhere, like move it, you know, and then store it in town. And Danny said there's just nowhere that he can store it at this time, so it just really isn't a plausible option.
When would they, I know you said before they do the curb and everything, so they would do it in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I think he would do it pretty quick, yeah.
Okay.
He'd get going on it right away.
That's the same guy that did the garage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You never even know it was there.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I just need a motion to approve the quote for $8,000 to
I'll make a
dispose.
motion to approve the $8,000 bid to remove the home on Center Avenue North.
I'll second.
Further discussion? How quickly are they gonna fill the pit in?
As soon as the house is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanna make sure that we didn't have like a few days where there'd be just a
Not gonna be like
giant
Park and
hole.
Rec with.
I was
pit.
just gonna say that.
So, right away they
Water
said.
park.
That was, yes, that was a good TV show reference there. I appreciate that. That was a quality show. Any other discussion? Mr. Marslick,
Aye.
Mr. Solars,
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff,
Aye.
Mr. Paradise.
Aye.
Yes, motion passes 5-0. 2021 Downtown Improvement Project, Phase 1, change order.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. In your packets this evening is a memo regarding the storm sewer on Center Avenue. Originally, as the project was being developed, the storm sewer crossing beneath Trunk Highway 12 was going to be completed when MnDOT did the Trunk Highway 12 improvements project. MnDOT subsequently got back to us and said that they did not want that work done as part of their project. And so as a result, we acquired pricing from the contractor who's working on Phase 1 to move forward with that storm sewer installation. Ultimately, what's going on is the storm sewer underneath Highway 12 is undersized to accommodate the drainage on the north side of the highway. And so as part of the downtown improvements project, we're increasing the storm sewer sizing so that in the future it could be extended under 12 to meet all the design criteria. So that was the original intent with the MnDOT project. And like I mentioned, subsequently, they said that that work would not be allowed to be conducted as part of their project. So one thing to note is that the replacement of that storm sewer beneath Highway 12 will require a detour. That information was in the packet. Ultimately, it's Clementa, Casat 30, and Trunk Highway 25. The contractor anticipates, pending council authorization of the change order this evening, that they will have that work completed the week of May 16th. So relatively short detour, but nonetheless a detour to get that pipe across the Trunk Highway.
Now, Jared, I read something in Delano about some construction on the west end of 30, because we're going up 110 to 30 and over in town to 25. A lot of people will probably figure, I'll just stay on 30, because it's actually out of the way coming back north and then going to Delano. So if they stay on 30, I'm curious about that construction on the other end. Do you know anything about that?
I don't, but we could reach out to the city.
Yeah, I recently read something about it, and I can't remember exactly what the dates were, but,
Yeah, we can look into that.
because that would be the ideal
Sure, we have-
scenario, to just keep on going on 30.
Make sure we have clear signage if they can't get through all the way to Delano,
Yeah,
tell people to come back
yeah.
to 12.
Did we know that was a 15-inch sewer under there, Jared?
Say that again?
Did we know that that was a 15-inch storm sewer under the road?
Yes.
Oh, we did, okay.
Yep,
It was
yep.
It wasn't
supposed to
a, surprise.
be, it was supposed to be
Nope.
done with the Highway 12 project, but that keeps getting delayed, so they want us to do it now, right?
Okay.
That's
all right,
correct.
I got
Yep.
it.
It was originally planned as part of the project, but the timing ultimately is the catalyst here because MinDOT's project gets pushed and they didn't want to do it as part of a mill and overlay project either. So.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Just looking at it all, will Third and Emerson be drivable before we begin that project on 12?
Right there by Millhausen.
And by drivable, I mean heavy fire trucks, because we're just trying to figure out for the department wise, with 12 shut down, you know, if we get a call out there, quickest route without blocking us in or going all the way around kind of a thing. And it's just a question that I know the department continually has, and, you know, we're flexible with everything going on, but just want to ensure that we're not causing chaos. I know we've reached out to Waverly to help out during this time as well, if we know that we can have a quick response. But just wanted to have an answer for them on that one.
Okay, that would be the goal, and with this recent weather, I can't give a definite right now, but.
For sure.
I'll find out. And,
Okay.
definitely make them aware that that's a priority,
Okay.
at least having it passable.
Yeah, I mean, we know it's not gonna be finished, but at least as long as we can drive through it and get
Right.
around the detour, that'd be great.
Yep. I anticipate, and based on the conversation with the contractor, I anticipate that their entire operation will be focusing on that storm sewer so that those other roads are not affected at the time. But like anything else, their plans change all the time too, so. but
Absolutely.
We'll make sure that we look into that and get back to
Okay.
council on that.
Perfect.
all righty.
I'll make a motion to approve the change order, number 1, adding the storm sewer underneath Highway 12.
I'll second.
Further discussion? And this was something that we are always going to have to pay for, right, Jared?
That's correct.
And you said it'll take about a week to complete? About a week that 12 would be shut down?
Yep. Yep.
Any other discussion? Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Mr. Marslick?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Right.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. Quote for Public Works truck.
Mayor and council, we have a quote for it's a new truck, a GMC Sierra 1500 Limited, a 2022. Danny said that it is very hard to find fleet vehicles right now. They've shut down all their plants and stuff. He wants to move quickly on this because it is affordable. It is just kind of it's a smaller truck. It's not one of the bigger pickups. But we have budgeted $40,000 for a pickup truck for this year, so it would just be over by the $2,133.25. And we can take that out of other public works money, correct, Michael?
Correct.
Well, we put that budget together last summer, and the
Yeah.
prices on vehicles have definitely gone up
Yeah.
in that timeframe, so. I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve the, purchase of this, public works truck, for $42,133.25.
I will second.
Further discussion? From my conversation with Danny, he had said this is a need because
It's a need.
their other truck is,
They're having some issues with mechanical issues with a couple of the other trucks. They would like another one, but he said they need to get this one right now, and then we'll budget for and look at another truck at a later date.
What do they plan on doing with the other truck? The one they're having issues with?
I believe one of them is completely broken down,
so junkyard it is
perhaps.
for $650.
Scrap metal, yeah.
Any other discussion? Mr. Marslick?
Aye.
Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. No mow May.
Mayor and council, the city has been contacted by both council and residents regarding mowing restrictions during May, and how they would request that the city not do code enforcement on mowing during May or throughout the summer. It's depending on what you guys want to do this evening. Mr. Paradise, you had read an article about this?
Yeah, I read an article over the weekend, kind of discussing what's going on within Minnesota, different cities. Kind of talking about how this has kind of exploded throughout other cities. And the biggest thing is I think it was 2018, they had adopted one of the bees as the state bee. And that bee is actually going extinct on us. So, biggest portion for why most cities have adopted this and what they're doing is if residents want to be a part of this, they go to City Hall, they give the address, they don't get notices for not mowing their yards. I believe through the month of May through basically mid-June. And reading the article, the pollination of what we call weeds, dandelions, those, violets and stuff like that are very useful for the bee colonies to pollinate, and learning that the pollination that they do affects 80% of our food production within the state, or within the country, I should say. So I found no negative out of it. It's kind of going away from what we've all grown up with of mowing your yards and making them look nice, and that's kind of not what our world needs right now. We need to kind of help reset it a little bit. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's something that we don't need to necessarily mandate. If people want to mow their yards, mow their yards. But I do think it's something that if we really want to take advantage of it, I think it's something maybe we look at just not even having a code ordinance on mowing this year of how long your grass gets, and we allow enough pollination to go through and kind of have the rest of the state maybe follow suit with what Montrose is doing, and hey, we're not just doing a month, we're going to do the whole summer kind of a thing. So kind of want to see your thoughts on that, but I found the article very very informative and kind of eye-opening to our world.
So, I mean, if we have a wet summer, then, anybody selling their house, the realtor's gonna have to be out there with a pith helmet trying to work their way.
Well, I'm sure if you're selling, you want to make it look nice, but again,
Yeah.
I just, I know that, I'll probably still mow. I probably won't mow as much, but won't mow through all of May. I'll let it go, and kind of good I'm gonna put some seeds down anyways this next week, so let that grow and see what, get the yard back to healthy. So.
Yep.
I think if we do this, we should go through probably June 12th, and then we could revisit it at the June 13th council meeting. I think that's when our council meeting is. I think it's Monday the 13th.
Yes.
So if we did it for, that's just over a month, and then we talk about it again next month, and maybe we push it out again another month.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I know if it gets too crazy on some of the outskirts of town, they start getting rodents, animals.
Yeah.
So that can be an issue, but we can just keep an eye on it and we'll talk about it in June. I think it'll be fine till then.
I think that's a good plan.
Okay, I'll make a motion to suspend the mowing, the grass height ordinance through June 12th, and revisit it at the June 13th council meeting.
Providing people come in and actually sign up, right?
Providing people sign up at City Hall.
We'll be posting, obviously, on website and Facebook page. I'll second.
Further discussion? Would that be something that we could have them send an email about too?
Send a what?
For residents that I live at, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, if they want to send an email or send like a contact form through our website, that's fine. Yep.
Any other discussion? Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Mr. Marslick?
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Marslick?
Aye.
Mr. Solars?
Aye.
Mr. Paradise?
Aye.
Ms. Andrioff?
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion passes 5-0. We're adjourned.